Look at my new look.
Dude, what the? You look scary.
Yeah, I'll be. Am I more kawaii?
Web phishing might be the best social media on the internet right now. Released on October 12th, 2024, it, well, took the web by storm. But things have calmed down since then, and you're probably thinking, why is a guy making a video on this game 3 months late? Well, that's because I couldn't. Let me explain. This is me. And on January 7th, 2023, I moved to Tokyo, Japan. And if you've ever hauled 2 suitcases through an international airport, you know the gaming PC is not coming with you. So for the last 2 years, I did the worst imaginable thing possible. I gamed on a MacBook. The audacity, I know. After getting through finals this January, I decided to finally treat myself and build a gaming PC. But how did this lead to my new obsession with web phishing? The answer is my little brother. Despite the 16-hour time zone difference, luckily my little brother is internet brain rotted just like me. This means that his sleep schedule is cooked enough for us to chat every single day when I get off of school at 4 p.m.
What are you doing up? Shouldn't it be 3 a.m. right now?
No, it's 3:13.
And over the last year, him and I have only just continued to get closer and closer. Whether that's by making stupid songs together,
We've been flying first class. Gotta keep my bros fed with some big stacks.
or playing a video game. And I had heard a lot about web phishing, so we decided to give it a shot. At first glance, with its low poly graphic style and simple music, it might come across like a very bare bones game. You cast your reel into the water to catch a fish, you sell it, and then you upgrade your tools. But web phishing is so much more than that. And I am not talking about the dark path, which is finding the scratch tickets in the back shed and using them to gamble your life savings away.
I bought 11 of these. I love scratch tickets. What you gotta do with your earnings, you gotta buy more gambling.
What I'm talking about is the feelings this game conveys. Because most games are pretty obviously goal-oriented, but web phishing is a lot more about that time you spent together, just like you're in person. Okay, it's really weird to say this in a video that's all about praising the game, but you just kind of forget you're even there. Like, sure, of course you're gonna awe when you catch that new swordfish you've been trying to find, but when my brother and I play, we just kind of start chatting about the day or what's going on in life in general. Even modern day Minecraft has changed so much from what it used to be. Now with all of these subconscious goals like making a villager sweatshop or defeating the Ender Dragon, but web phishing gives me a strong wave of nostalgia, just like I used to feel from playing beta Minecraft. I quickly forgot that we were even playing a game and started to find comfort in the atmosphere of sitting on a dock next to my little brother as we make stupid freestyle raps.
I caught a soda can.
I caught a soda can because I'm a soda man. I need a soda Dan so I can hold his hand.
I just need one more catch. Just one.
One more catch.
It's a very easy point to talk about the low poly graphics of a game, but when it comes to nostalgia, what about the simplicity in the music? Or the quiet rainfall and fog that falls over this little island? To me, nostalgia is when I can turn off my brain and enjoy a game just like I was a kid, without needing some big grand goal at the end of it. When you're done in web phishing, you're never in the middle of something. You can just leave, no lost progress, and you can pick up exactly where you left off. And sure, there are a lot of upgrades to things like bobbers or rod speed in the game. For example, this one that gives you extra cash on every catch, or upgrading the strength of your clicks so you're not jittering to get the smallest shrimp in the world. But none of these upgrades feel like they have to be essential. It doesn't hold you back from experiencing the same game that everyone around you does. Something I really appreciate about this game that a lot of others fail to do is the character customization, because they are not playing around. You can drip out your little guy in just about any expression or face you can think of. You can also change their outfits, but I personally like rocking without a shirt. But there are plenty of choices if you're not a free spirit like me. But on top of this, they also give you items to customize your own personal island. You can even draw pictures just to add another layer of personalization on top of that. It kind of takes me back to those Club Penguin days when you would just drip out your igloo with as much swag as possible. But not even just that, there's also a satisfaction in the real size display of all of the variety of fish in the game. And there are a lot considering it's only $5 on Steam. There's freshwater fish, saltwater fish, and even the miscellaneous category. I'm telling you right now, do not sleep on the miscellaneous category, because who wouldn't want to try to catch those plastic rings from soda cans? In case you need something more clear to focus on, there's also a board in the center of town with a bunch of quests for you to achieve where you can get more rewards to spend on upgrades. It's an extremely fun mechanic to watch your friend pull out the most absurdly sized 2D PNG creature with their little hands. The creative choice to not make everything 3D 3D is one that I love. It's so goofy, yet the pixel art style is cute enough for it to fit the world perfectly. But another satisfying part about collecting these fish is not only what you can get out of them, but it's also about slowly filling out the journal so you can look at the variety of fish you've collected. It's reminiscent of something like the Pokédex in games I played when I was a kid, like Pokemon Platinum. And what's also great is if there's a fish that you particularly feel attached to, the devs actually put an aquarium into the game so you can watch it swim endlessly like a SeaWorld orca. The fishing mechanic itself isn't anything too insane. It's a pretty simple click and hold system. In fact, I don't even think I've actually failed trying to capture a fish, although I have fallen in the water over and over again. They do have a mechanic about the amount of bait you can hold at the beginning of a game, and although this can be upgraded, at first it can be a little tedious, but even this doesn't really feel like a chore. They have shops scattered all throughout the island, so it's always within reaching distance. I also enjoyed this small range of NPCs scattered throughout the island that will sell and buy things from you. It's nice to just have them around for the vibes. It's a small island, and it really doesn't take that much time to get the navigation down, but there are a lot of nice little details like trash cans lying around, the scenic waterfalls and bridges, and small birds just moving around in the scene. Things that of course are not particularly anything special, but things that nonetheless added enough atmosphere for me to realize and appreciate in the game. It helps immerse you and capture that peaceful vibe.
I am the king of this establishment.
You freaking emoted. Oh, I could never be the king.
Another thing added to the atmosphere that I mentioned earlier was the music. It's not always just directly there and in your face, but when those drums come in, you can't help but just get absorbed into this silly little world. I've never been much of a competitive gamer. I've already had my League of Legends career where I crashed out way too much. So a huge motivation for me to game recently has been spending time with friends and family. Being so far away from home, I can't hang out the same way I used to. Taking a $1,200 13-hour flight is just something that's not really accessible to me right now. But I know that for a lot of people, $5 is a lot in this economy for what is basically the equivalent of just stepping outside. But at least personally in my life right now, rather than just jumping on Discord, getting to share a space that we can customize together, joke around, or even hit some emotes in, a game like this is a pretty special connection point for me. It's not every day that we get a game that's geared towards this kind of audience. Maybe it just doesn't sell that well without a larger goal in mind, but either way, I really enjoyed this game and it takes me back to a simpler time like when I was in middle school. Gaming because life was simpler and I didn't have a lot to worry about. But anyways, that's my time. I'm dropping a pop song on the 20th. The pre-save is in the description if you're entertained by this video. Pre-saving basically just means you're gonna get an email when it drops. And yeah, peace out.
Oh, this one might be a good one. Watch it be a whale. Oh, a huge sea turtle.